ZeroTrusted.AI. I'm going to log in here. You can set your login up however you like. You can do multi-factor authentication. It integrates with your existing IDM. It also allows you to include your Active Directory. So as soon as I come in here, you come to your dashboard, and this is where you're going to have all of your LLMs, large language models, small language models, vector databases, agentic architectures, agents at your view. And you can set everything up here and see what's going on with all those systems. So our playground is basically where we give you the ability to really take over the prompt. So your users are already using ChatGPT, they're already using Gemini and all these different large language models. What we want to do is make sure that we're able to monitor all those interactions. And so you can set up your Giga prompt however you would like. But one thing that is going on in the background, so this is our guardrails piece called our firewall, our AI firewall. And you can see I ran 3 different types of models and they came back with different percentages. So based on my fine tuning and how my organization uses it, it gives that. But I also sent some sensitive data. And so it automatically, our AI judge identified that and then anonymized that before it's sent to the third party. Now you can encrypt that. There's a lot of settings you can set up. You can connect to your first party or third party. The other piece we have here is AI detection, copyright, and plagiarism. And so this so you can scan documents to see if they were made by AI, what percentage, is there plagiarism, what percentage, or were they created by AI? So that's one of our great capabilities. And then not in real time, we allow you to set up these very sophisticated gray box and black box scans. So you can see here, I'm going to go through and test for data drift, right? And that's really important on your agents, especially as you're updating them and the models are getting updated all the time. They have access to different tools. You want to make sure that they're still answering or doing the same thing you set them out to do. And if they deviate, you want to know about that. And so, you can run this against your agent or your LLM or SLM, and it tracks it over time. So any deviations are escalated to you, whether they're just bad training, they're adversarial, or what we see a lot of times, just they update the model and they don't even tell the people that are using it. And so it causes a different outcome. So you want to be able to check that. It looks for data drift. That's the more important piece. Plagiarism, because the models are trained basically on data they shouldn't have access to, all the compliance. And, that's important too to see here is that you can set up any of your governance, risk, compliance, security policies, privacy policies. You can have words you don't anonymize because they're used in your organization all the time. You can look for personally identifiable information or health information. You can set different levels of compliance. You can fix compliance issues automatically based on what your organization's requirements are, and then you can look at different threats and attacks. Last but not least, you may want to be able to build your own secure agents. And so, you want to be able to enumerate those continuously. So we have this AI assistant builder. And if we're going to create a new assistant here, this really just allows you to create an assistant based on a RAG model that also then on top of that allows it to be contextually aware of what you need it to do. And you can either send it up as an agent or persona. So an agent would be an agent that's going to go out and respond to all the emails that come into my inbox because it's using tools outside of the large language model or the agent you set up. And then if you're going to set up a persona, that would be like, I'm Waylon and I'm an engineer and I am a Python coder with 40 years experience, etc. And you would fill that in and start building out that capability so that persona would answer questions and act like you. And so the reason we've done this is because a lot of the agents that are created, once they're set out in the wild, it's hard to enumerate them. And this model allows you to automatically identify that PHI, that PII, that data drift. And so when you create them in here, we take before before the weights are created. So before they're quantized, we actually keep track of the data that goes into the vectors. And so we can actually look at that. So this is just a high level use of it. So this just once again, we have a dashboard. You got the guardrails, so it allows you to connect your first party, third party LLMs and agents. You can detect copyright, plagiarism, and scan for it was created by AI, so you want to do that with those deep fakes, or possibly people use this to even find out if their reports their people are handing their fake. Um, Everything you see here is via API. So if you have a new AI capability where you're really trying to roll out this brand new agent, but you're worried about security, privacy, reliability, or AI ethics, you can everything you see here is including the Python code from this response is here, so you can see the request and the Python code. So everything's available for you as a developer, or if you're developing a platform where you need all this security and privacy compliance capabilities. Um, we keep logs for everything, and this is another piece that's really important to look at, is that, you know, what are the input tokens I'm using, the output tokens. So if you're using third-party API, you can actually monitor the costs. You can see how many compliance issues you've prevented, and then look at your users. You can do safeguards, so you can put keywords in there. This is for jailbreaks, and so one thing's about jailbreak to know is, a lot of times people use these models for unintended uses. And one example might tell me how to make a bomb, and it's going to go, no, I can't tell you how to make a bomb. But then you can ask, well, tell me the history of bombs, and then it'll give you the history, and they're like, well, how do I make that bomb? And then all of a sudden it gives the answer. So this prevents jailbreaks. You can do porn. You can do anything that's kind of your AI ethics in here. Anonymized keywords, that's if you have sensitive keywords in your organization, maybe even, for example, your employees' names, where you don't want them accidentally filing it, uploading a document to these large language models and training them on your employees. So you can include that dirty word list there. And then you have certain ones you may not want to be actually anonymized. Last but not least, and so I'm going to say this is very important, all this work that you're doing within the Zero Trusted AI platform, we retain full chain of custody. And so you can now take that data, that fine tuning data. If you guys are doing reinforced training on the models, you've probably been doing this, one by one, but you can actually do this on multiple models. You own that data now. So if you decide, hey, today I'm using, GPT-3, but I've been told I'm moving to Cohere, we can now generate that fine tuning data your organization already created. So this is a full security, privacy, reliability, and AI ethics platform. If you have any questions, reach out to us, download it, try it out for yourself. Take care.